Alright, so if you've logged on to this video, you are either starting a build on an Ovrlnd trailer, or you're already into one, you've run out of ideas, and you're on YouTube like I was, trying to figure out what to do next. So we've got a project here we started last November. We do have it out now. We're using it, trying to put it through its paces, but I thought I'd take a minute to do a quick walk around. As you can see, got it here behind me. We are set up at camp tonight up in Linville, North Carolina. But before we get into the walk around, I'll roll back into the build video that we put together, which will show you some of the steps we took to get where we are today, and talk through that a little bit. Then at the end of that, we'll jump back over to the walk around and show you what we ended up with, and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. So stick around. So here we are in the garage, folks. We're going to kick off our Ovrlnd trailer build. I got my sidekicks here. We don't know what we're doing. We're going to learn. Okay. We've got a little basic 4x6 trailer from a Lowe's or a Tractor Supply. We're going to put this together over a few weeks, if not a few months, so we'll see how it goes. But tonight we're going to try to get the axles flipped, try to get a little more clearance. We did measure the clearance. What was it, 12 and just under 13 inches. Yeah, off the ground now as it sits. So we're going to try to get up at least, I'm guessing, 6 to 8 inches with flipping the axles, new wheels and tires, and we'll see where we are. But we're going to document this as we go. So so what we're going to do, we're going to loosen the U-bolts, get that dropped, the leaf springs down, so we can flip this axle over and get it on the other side to give us a little more height, hopefully. So that's the plan for now. Alright, so I got the axle swap done. We ended up getting about 3.5 inches of more clearance just by switching the axle from the top of the leaves. They're now on the bottom, as you can see. Next we'll be shopping for some 15-inch wheels with some all-terrains. Probably going to change out fenders, chop off the rails, and start building up from there until we can get a good platform for possibly a rooftop tent in the future. But we're starting from the ground and work our way up. So what's up, partner? What's up? Alright, so we're back tonight. We've got the axle flipped. We've been waiting on some wheels. We were able to pick up some 15x7 wheels. Had to do a little work to get them cleaned up and painted. Got some all-terrain tires coming tomorrow that's going to go on those. But tonight we got to get these fenders off. We'll be replacing them with some other aftermarket fenders, a little bigger, to accommodate the larger tire size. So tonight, that's the plan. Right, boys? Yep. Let's finish chopping. Alright, well, I just dry fitted or test fitted the wheels one more time. Like I said, I ended up going with a 15 by 5 wheel. Gonna wrap those in about a 28-inch all-terrain. Should be coming tomorrow, so hopefully by the weekend we'll have those mounted up. Then from there we'll know our ground clearance. We can get our tongue height set, and then we can start measuring up and finish the design on the frame, which will be a complete box with the rooftop rack and tent up on top of that. So. Alright, so fast forward a few weeks, and we finally got the trailer build back from the fab shop. You can see we've quite a bit of work done as far as welding goes. I think we're about 80% done on the welding part of it. So got all the framework of the outer shell done. Here will be the rack for the tent. So I thought I'd just walk through some of the things that we've already done here and catch you up. So we use pretty much the same material the trailer was built with. This is 1/8 angle. Makes the box in, which would give us a good hard edge, sealed off from any kind of water or anything like that. And I knew going into this I was going to want some access and some doors for certain things. So we've got a door up front, which will have a slide out drawer for a cooler, possibly a fridge down the road. And then we've got the full rear tailgate that will swing open. Of course, there'll be some modifications done inside. We'll have all plywood lining, 5/8 and 3/4. You see I've got some strut in place now, which is going to go on the inside to give us a little more support and also give us some hooks for strapping in some cargo and things. So kind of dual purpose there. Got the racks done. This is 2 by 3 inch tubular steel. Get some rock lights that I found. I'm going to mount under here, which will project out some good lights around the trailer when we're at camp. Got the first front side steps done. Still got to get the rears done, but I'm waiting to get some lighting and electrical stuff in place before I get too far along with that. But today what we're working on is trying to get all the holes drilled. We've got to get all these 3/8 holes drilled for the hardware, which will be all across the top, down the sides, across the front, and then on the rear of the doors we'll use some smaller screws and hardware to get those mounted. I found a lot of this stuff on Amazon, which has been great. Found some nice heavy-duty hinges. Found all the hardware, the fenders. A lot of the steel I got from a local supply house, but still a lot of bits and pieces coming off Amazon. Get you here today or two. Something else I want to point out, we did get in a 2-inch receiver hitch added to this back here. A lot of support underneath. Also have a dead leg designed to fit here, which will support the trailer when we set everything up to keep it stable. I do have all the plywood finally cut now. We got it all cut over the weekend, got it fitted into the trailer, everything fits nice, got all the holes drilled so we know what we're going to be putting all our mounting hardware. Today we are painting. We're going to prime the outside of all pieces. We're going to do the sides, top and bottom. We're going to prime it, paint it, may even put an undercoating type material on the base, the bottom side, I'm not sure yet, but we're going to prime, paint, flip it over, and on the internal pieces or inside walls we're going to put some polyurethane just to protect that a little bit. I did want to point out too, the way the angle is made, we also took the router and rounded off these edges on our pieces that are going to meet up against that to help maybe give us a little better seat. We'll see, just to try to get it where it meets up in here. We'll have, like I said, a much better seat, a little better seal. Eventually all these pieces in the trailer will probably be covered in some type of Line-X material. I haven't kind of got that part figured out yet, but that's the idea. But for today, I'll say prime paint, get it sealed up so it is usable, and then like down the road we may end up getting an outer shell Line-X over the entire thing to help seal it and protect it. So then make a note too that we are using a 5/8 exterior plywood for the sides and the top, and then also the doors, and then the bottom we went with a 3/4 pressure treated piece of plywood, which will give us a little more durable for the bottom. I figured the bottom is going to get more abuse, take a little more cleaning, imagine, so we'll take a little extra step there to make sure we got that protected and solid enough for what we need. So last time we got all the door handles installed. I went on the front side door here and the rear door. I have a little issue with my weather stripping, but I think I've got a fix for that. So just got this in here temporarily so I can fit on everything, but eventually I'll have to cut, do some modifying to this and maybe add another piece here or there, but I think it's going to work. That one on, and then we got the rear door as well. So the rear gate latch and open the same way. So today we're working on some inner fenders. We got to get some sheet metal cut out to go up in the fender well there between the wheel and the actual wall of the trailer. We want to protect that a little bit. So got a stencil made. Gonna work on getting these cut out and riveted in place today. Here's the box complete. We got everything bolted in using some stainless steel hardware all the way around. There's some sealant going around all the edges.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, the game show where you only pay for what you need.
Ultra. So this morning we're getting the doors finished up. Got a little bit of hardware left to install. As you can see here, all the hardware on this door, it is complete. So now we'll move on to some weather stripping around this door and that door. So box is almost dried in. That's what the goal was. So. So today we're working on electrical. We've got a lot of wiring to get done. And we've got all the lights installed on the trailer. Tail lights and some running lights. Just side marker lights. We're going to be installing some camp light, rock lights. Not sure what they're called, but they're gonna go up under here to give us a little light, ground light. We're also going to be installing a 7-pin wire connector on the Jeep. So we've got all this to get done today. So, and we will be running auxiliary power to the trailer, so we've got to get that run up to the battery on the Jeep as well. So, all right. So as you saw in the video, we did start with a 4x6 utility basic trailer from Lowe's. I bought it used. I didn't buy it from Lowe's, but the concept's the same. You get it at Lowe's Tractor Supply. Home Depot probably has them, but we did add some doors. You saw this front door. It's basically our kitchen. We've got a slide drawer here that our cooler slides out on, keep the locks in place. We've got the lock-in slides off of Amazon. On the back is just a large full-size door. It opens up, gives us storage Did line the inside with unistrut, as you probably saw from the build video. We ended up putting an LED strip here on a reed switch, so when this door opens it does throw the lights on, but I do have to be connected to the Jeep for that 12-volt power. So right now there is no standalone power source on this thing. We have to be hooked to the vehicle. Speaking of power though, we ended up going with added some rock lights to each of the posts here, which we did have. We got a switch for those here by the cooler, so as you know, at night when you need to get in there, you can hit the switch, have some light, see what you're doing. But again, we do have to have power connected to the Jeep, which is a 7-pin connector. On the inside, up in the front here, we got a fuse panel, so we can add more devices as we go. Went with a Harbor Freight roof rack, just 89 bucks or something like that, cheap little roof rack. Ended up going with a Smittybilt Gen 2 standard size rooftop tent. Great tent so far. We've used it on a few trips down to Florida and now here, so really testing it out, but so far so good, no complaints with it. We did make some leveling blocks. This is just something I can use to level up. You can see I've actually got one here now. Just if we get to an uneven surface, we can throw some blocks down, run up on some blocks, get ourselves level. There's a dead leg put on the back with some holes, added a 2-inch reese hitch. But with some adjustments on that, we can get that set and then use the tongue jack to get the trailer level, so we can level side to side, front to back. So as I said, this thing's not quite ready. We're going to be adding some more things to it. I do want to do a drop down table on the side, maybe some 12-volt power options to control lights or any additional accessories that we may have. I do need to get a spare tire added. I think I'll be somewhere maybe up in here. On the front, we're going to extend that tongue out about 18 inches so I can add a tongue box. Need a little more storage for tools. I want to be able to carry my tool bag, the compressor, locks, any quick access items I may need to get hold of. I want to be able to store those up front. Right now they're kind of tucked into this corner, which is difficult to get to once you get everything packed up. So that's just a few things I plan on adding down the road. Like I said, I do have an awning that's going to go on this side. Got to get some brackets made, so that'll be soon. That's pretty much it that I can think of, but like I said, the more we use it, the more we'll figure out what we need and we'll get that stuff added in. So that's our Ovrlnd trailer, guys. So like I said, if you got any questions, any comments, throw them down below. I'll get back to you and then do what I can to help you with your project. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you gained something out of it. Take care.